In this video, we discover a beautifully designed model railroad layout from Germany. Please note, sometimes I am going to use the word model railroad layout for my friends in the United States of America and Canada. And sometimes I am going to use the word model railway layout for my friends in the United Kingdom and Australia. While watching the first minute of this video, I guess you're asking yourself what's so special about this model railroad layout in HO scale. The model railway layout was built by a professional company for a customer in Germany. Due to the limited space available in the customer's home, the model rail layout had to be built very compactly. However, the model railroad layout is very compact, but offers everything that characterizes a perfect model railway layout on a length of 2.8 meters and a width of 1.3 meters. This includes a double-track main line, a branch line with a cute little train station, several railroad bridges, a fabulous landscape design, and an absolutely sensational track plan, which will be explored in this video. Of course, the fabulous landscape design includes also a perfect weathering of buildings, bridges, and so on. Finally, the model railroad layout is completely digitally controlled, so that there is a lot of rail traffic on the main line and on the branch line at the same time. The only thing that can be criticized concerns the tracks. You see very clearly the use of the third rail system made by Märklin. Because the customer owns a large collection of Märklin locomotives and trains, the model railroad layout also had to be built using Märklin's third rail system. Märklin uses a third rail, where the middle rail is concealed in the track ballast with protruding studs. It doesn't look very realistic, but Märklin's third rail system ensures a very safe power supply for the locomotives. If you watch the model trains, you will see many trains passing by on the main line and on the branch line. But if you remember that the model railroad layout is about 3.6 square meters only, which is about 38.75 square feet, the question arises of how the trains enter this miniature world and where the trains leave this miniature world when they enter, for example, the tunnel. You might think there's a fiddle yard on the left side and on the right side of the model rail layout. No, there is no fiddle yard. The secret of this model railroad layout is literally hidden in plain sight, namely in the substructure on several levels, which are connected with track spirals, so-called helices. Furthermore, there are several hidden staging yards installed on 2 levels. To give you a better idea of this multi-level substructure, let's take a look at a 3D model of the miniature world. On the 3D model, we can clearly see the main line that runs diagonally across the model railway layout. Due to the compact size of the model railroad layout, the main line was installed diagonally because this gives more length. The little train station can be seen at the top left, which is connected to the branch line. Next to it, there is a small goods station and a station for servicing steam locomotives. On the far right, there is a sawmill. The branch line runs from the little train station over several bridges from the background to the foreground. There is also a crossing point or crossing turnout between the main line and the branch line, as well as several tunnel portals. This picture shows the track plan. Main line, branch line, crossing turnout or crossing point, 3 bridges, little train station and sawmill. You can see also that the tunnel portals of the main line and the branch line fulfill a very important function, because these are the entrances and exits to the levels that are hidden under the landscape. This picture shows the track plans of the different levels. On the left side, the model trains run over a helix into a hidden staging yard, which is located on a lower level. The track of the branch line is marked in turquoise color in this picture. On the right side, the model trains run over another helix into an even lower level, where they reach 2 hidden staging yards. The track of the main line is marked in red color in this picture. We can see that there is a lot of rail traffic not only on the model railroad layout, but also on the different levels under the landscape. You have to keep in mind that more than 10 model trains can be parked automatically in these hidden staging yards installed on these different levels. Now let's have a look at the main line where beautiful trains passing by. You will notice that where electric locomotives are running, there is also an overhead line or catenary. For the company that built this model train layout on behalf of the customer, it is a matter of course that electric locomotives must run with pantographs touching the overhead line or contact wire. After watching the model trains on the main line, we take a look at some photos taken during the construction of this model railroad layout. I don't think I need to comment on these construction pictures, so I will add some music to the pictures. While we enjoy some scenes of railroad operations in this video, I would like to tell you the story of how this model train layout came about. One day, a customer turned up at the door of the model railroad workshop called Stellwerk Ost and expressed the wish for a simple model railway layout. The first wish was that the model train layout should not be a shunting layout. It should be a miniature world where a lot of railroad operations is possible. The second wish or problem was that the customer had only a small room available for the model train layout. And the third wish was that the model train layout would have tracks as long as possible to present and to enjoy the trains. Yes, there it was again, the classic problem of almost all model railroaders. Not every railway modeler has enough space in his house or apartment for setting up a model railroad layout. The customer's wishes can also be formulated in a mathematical way. The customer was looking for a miniature world 280 centimeters long and 130 centimeters wide. In other words, the customer wanted the maximum of rail traffic on just 3.6 square meters. Markus Plötz, the owner of the model railroad workshop called Stellwerk Ost, explained that a maximum of rail traffic is achieved by having model trains already standing in the staging yard, and that the landscape must be enhanced by a logical track plan, by a branch line, by a main line, and by tunnels and bridges. Many customers who would like to have a model railway layout built do not have the imagination to realize what is possible in rail transport modeling today. When it comes to model railroad layouts, we are still influenced by our childhood memories. Many of us build our model train layout on the carpet at Christmas time. Others may had a model train layout installed on a table in the 1970s or 1980s. So we still have, at least some of us, the imagination of a model train layout that is installed on just one level. We don't even think about the fact that the space below the model train layout can also be used. The solution, therefore, seems to be think in terms of multi-level layouts when building a superb miniature world. As you can imagine, there were many discussions between Markus Plötz, the constructor and builder, and the customer how the model train layout should be designed. In total, the miniature world took around 600 working hours to build. However, it only took 9 months from the first customer meeting to delivery. The whole scene should depict the beautiful nature of Bavaria. Furthermore, the landscape and vegetation reflect the autumnal season. In addition, the model railway layout is set in the German Railway Era 3, so that all types of traction, for example steam trains, diesel trains and electric trains, can run. A total of 64 meters of track and 27 points were installed. There are 11 signals on the model railroad layout, including 2 waiting signals. The choice of the digital model train control system was determined by the customer's existing locomotives. Therefore, the Central Station 3 Plus, made by Märklin, is used. The highlight of the entire miniature world is the background scenery, namely a great landscape photo created by the manufacturer Jovi. This really smart track plan, realized on this model railway layout, has no longer anything to do with classic model train layouts from the 1970s or 1980s. Modern model railroad construction is innovative and designed on several levels. As you know, I rarely add commentary to my videos, because I prefer to just hear the authentic sound of model trains. But in this video, I guess, it was certainly helpful to present the multi-level model railway layout with some explanations. Anyway, I have told you enough at this point, so enjoy the next minutes of this video with pleasant background music and with the original sound of the trains.